The RCMP should get out of the job of investigating corruption. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Hope you all are having a great day. The RCMP are being pulled in a million different directions. And when it comes to investigating corruption, they are hampered by parliamentary control as well as control from provincial and municipal governments. To understand where I'm coming from with this, you have to understand a little bit of the history of the RCMP, not going back to the start, but from the 1970s onward. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, the RCMP was independent of Parliament. They came under control of the Auditor General. But Pierre, Elliot, Trudeau, and other members of Parliament at that time were being investigated by the RCMP for criminal activities. I believe some of those activities involved drug use. However, Pierre, Elliot, Trudeau, and the other members of Parliament got wind of this, and they managed to put the RCMP under direct control of Parliament. Now, it wasn't complete control, but it was evasive enough that investigating a member of Parliament became very difficult. And if that member of Parliament was a member of the ruling party, well, unless the leader of the ruling party was on board with the investigation, it was very difficult to continue. Essentially, if a person who is a subject of an investigation knows that they are being investigated before the police want to let them know, it can hamper the investigation severely. In my view, it is absolutely necessary for a police agency that is investigating Parliament to be completely independent of Parliament, not answering to them at all. I believe that a new agency should be formed, an agency with full police powers and writs of assistance, and they should be charged with investigating federal, provincial, and municipal elected officials and senior public servants, as well as the executives of government agencies and government corporations, crown corporations. And I would even go so far as to say that they should have the power to investigate police and military. So for those of you who don't know what a writ of assistance is, it's essentially the power to search and seize without a warrant. Some people describe it as a blanket search warrant. Historically, it was used in British and American colonial times to enforce trade laws and navigation laws. But as late as the 1970s, the RCMP used writs of assistance that were assigned to specific members in drug enforcement. Searches conducted under writs of assistance still had to be justified, usually after the fact before a justice or a judge. Police officers who abused writs of assistance would be in trouble. Also, they would be in danger of having that writ of assistance taken away from them. So it wasn't a complete free-for-all. They had to justify their actions. To my knowledge, the last writ of assistance was taken away prior to enacting of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. If new writs of assistance were created and given to officers of this new police force, it would authorize them to search the offices of government officials, including home offices, as well as the offices of senior executives who serve in different agencies of the government and crown corporations, as listed above. And it would also allow them to have full access to records, documents, computer records, and the like. And it would authorize them to attend cabinet meetings and other meetings of the government, including secret meetings. If an agency such as this were to be created, it would have to be severely limited only to government. An agency with too broad a mandate and with that much power would be dangerous. Also, as agencies grow, they become bogged down with bureaucracies. We can see that with all government agencies, including the RCMP. As we have seen with the many scandals of Liberal governments and other governments, such as the corruption with Pierre, Elliot, Trudeau back in the 70s, and the WE scandal and the SNC-Lavalin, also going back to the sponsorship scandal under Jean Chrétien, we can see that governments have to be held to account. And except for elections every 4 years or so, or whenever the government wants to call them, we really don't have a solid mechanism. So all these corruption scandals that keep going on and nothing ever seems to be done. Well, we need to fix that. I think that a new agency would be able to do that as long as it remains free from parliamentary control. As far as the RCMP is concerned, I believe that because of the amount of control Parliament has over it and its size and bureaucracy, it is less than optimal for this type of work. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to know what you think. Put your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're down there, please remember to like this video, share with your friends and on social media, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.